Yes, you help women flee abuse.
I'm sorry.
Do you help women flee abuse?
I'm not quite hearing what you said.
Do you help women flee abuse?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, that's me. Yes, I'm sorry. That's what we do here in Broadcast. How can I help you?
Yes, I'm going through a domestic violence abuse crisis, and my abusers are able to enlist the government in his abuse. There's an extreme amount of financial abuse, thefts, crimes to keep me away from children, and conspiracy to
Uh-huh.
violate rights crimes to keep me from services, all of the surrounding areas. I've called all over the United States on my phone, but for some reason, they've all denied services and covered for crimes. I think my phone's hacked. But when I go to the providers, the police department comes and gives me a criminal trespass like they do in almost all my environments or bans me in schemes to keep me from services of help and food,
Uh-huh.
shelter. They shut down a domestic violence rally early when I got there. Bus drivers drive reckless. One of the games almost cost me my life. The bus driver drove off when I was trying to beating on the door, trying to
Uh-huh.
get in, and I almost fell up under the bus. I had to pray and thank God that I regained my balance and didn't fall. So I
Are
went to
you
go report.
delivered?
I
Are you
went to go
delivered
report
to
the. I went to
safety?
go reported the repeated harassment at Dart
Uh-huh.
customer service and was arrested. And they tortured me in jail. They do it all the time in hospitals when I'm there on false pretenses. I'm denied my constitutional right to go to court as well. This is from a stalker that I met online that the police has been covering up for him like 7+ years, and other crimes that happened. Me and my family have been, subjected to.
Okay. How can I help you today?
Yeah, this is how all my calls are. Typically, advocates give direction, but for I don't get that. They don't follow protocol, and some advocates had even called mental health people out in malice, and they showed up for me trying to report abuse and threatened my freedom for trying to report abuse on my phone. They came out to Red Roof Inn in a scheme and arrested me and assaulted me there. But all advocates
Are you in the state of
refused.
Washington?
I
Are
can
you
relocate. I can relocate.
okay? Okay. And so obviously you're trying to flee a situation now, but it sounds like you've been ignored.
Right. That's absolutely
Okay.
what happens.
Uh-huh.
And all the
So what
advocates don't want me. No one that I call on my phone wants me having any information. Period. For 7+ years, they won't up any information on my rights, direction, nothing. Period. When I'm calling on my phone, they
well
cover for the abuse.
I can help you with direction if that's what you're needing.
I need
Here in
shelter.
Washington.
I'm fleeing abuse. I need everything.
Okay. Well, the one that when if I were you in that, are you in a safe place right now?
All my environments are the same, ma'am. So this is as safe as it'll get.
All your environments are the same?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. If you had a way of getting here, what I would do is call back on Monday and ask for Grace. She's our legal advocate. And
Okay,
I
so
would
this is
start.
what happens. Typically, when a woman's fleeing for her life, she don't get postponed. Say, call back in a month, call back Monday, call back Tuesday, call back in a year, and get a criminal trespass on
Ma'am,
an
you're
emergency
not in the
crisis hotline.
state, so you would need to call back anyway.
I don't
You would
understand
have to
why I
put
keep
in
on
the.
repeatedly experiencing this on all my calls. I need help now. I need shelter now, and now the process has completely changed for women fleeing abuse. They get blown off for 7 years,
No,
calling
I'm
all
not
over the
blowing you
United
off.
States.
I'm not blowing you off.
Well,
My name is
typically this says
my
it's an
name is
emergency.
Khadijah.
Well, the
My
website
name.
says this is a 24-hour emergency crisis hotline.
It
And why?
is. It is.
So why aren't you
Yes,
trying to get me shelter now? And there's places to get domestic violence shelters. Organizations used to get you transportation. Now it's all stopped since I'm in my
yes.
crisis. They
A
used to give
lot
you
of stuff
hotel
has.
rooms, and that's all stopped since I'm in
You're
my crisis
absolutely
calling on my
right.
phone.
You are absolutely right. There's been so many changes.
Yeah, it's changes at True Worth. They help people pay off evictions, but it all stopped when I got to the location that I'm forced to live at now. That blocks past, it's a petty part of my harassment. But I have to endure abuse in all my environments, living environments. But I'm not quite sure why I'm calling on my phone 24-hour emergency crisis hotline, and they hear how serious my abuse is with the government enlisted in it, and they put me on hold. If
Yeah.
you offer 24-hour emergency shelter, why am I calling back Monday? It's Saturday.
Because I don't have space for you today.
They haven't had space all over the
I do
United
not
States.
have
It's the
space
strangest
for
thing.
family. I'm sorry, today we're full, so we don't
Yeah,
have
they've been
space. I
full
was,
years. I've never gotten one. I got in one under a fake name, and then they had a
oh,
police helicopter looking for someone when I was hiding out under a fake name. I lied about everything. I don't know who the police
yeah.
helicopter was looking for at Salvation Army in October of 2018. I contacted Internal Affairs to see if that helicopter was looking for me when I lied about everything.
Oh, no.
Yes, but
No.
Internal Affairs never got back with me, and then went to Internal Affairs, and they escorted me out for reporting crimes. Dallas Police
No.
Headquarters.
Yeah. Well, if I had space today, I'd be happy to do a phone screening with you and try to get you in here, but I
Well,
don't have
typically,
space.
what the shelters used to do, the organizations, they used to find you placement, and not just leave you in abuse 7 years. It changed because you
You're
used to you.
absolutely right, and the only place I can offer you is a shelter called Mary's Place, and they would be better able to tell you what's available in the area.
Mary
Right
Place.
now,
How's that spelled? How's it
I'm
spelled?
sorry,
How's it spelled?
it has itself.
How
You say
is
it?
it spelled? How
Oh,
do
I'm
you spell
sorry.
it?
Mary, Mary,
And what do they do there?
Mary Place,
What
and they have a better
What
listing
do they
of
do there,
programs.
ma'am? What do they do there? Because places in Malice give me homeless shelters to keep me in my abuse.
They have shelter services, and
Are
they
is
have a knowledge of what's open and what's available.
is it a homeless
I don't
shelter?
know what other. Yes, it can be.
Okay, so it's not for women fleeing abuse.
It is. They have that. Women that are homeless, women that are fleeing abuse. But I don't know if they have openings. That's a starting
Yeah, it's
point.
a
If you
strangest
would want
thing.
to
I can't
know,
get down to the bottom of why 7 years every place has been full. And if that's not the case, the police department's coming. Even in Tyler at Salvation Army, they came when I wasn't recording on their own. So
uh
no,
huh.
obviously the police department is monitoring me and perhaps maybe controlling my calls, knowing no one would ever believe my story. Because it's really rare to call all over the United States 7 years and they're all full, and the police department comes to interrupt you in person, sometimes with assaults and arrests, but it's repeatedly ignored. And then in malice and retaliation, come out to whatever environments I'm at, hotels or wherever I'm at, in schemes to take my freedom just for calling on my phone, trying to get help.
Well, that's not right.
Well, I don't. I'm just trying to
I
get
mean,
out of it. I mean, you're always, aren't you in Nevada?
no, I'm not.
Where are you at?
I'm in Washington State.
Okay, my phone. Okay, well, even in Washington State, they're all full.
We are.
But here's
The
the
only.
thing: that
Uh
these
huh.
shelters were telling me they were full, but other people were getting in them when they lied to me.
Well, it just depends. It's not a lie. It just
Oh, I'm
depends
just
on
telling
when
you,
you're
ma'am, I'm not
calling us
being
on
heard about
that.
my domestic abuse crisis as I have not been for years.
Uh
A
huh.
family place lied and said they were full, and someone got in the same day.
Yeah. And it just depends on when you're calling. If something's
I'm not
available
being
and
heard,
you are
ma'am.
going
If
to.
you're an advocate, I don't know how I want to be properly advocated for if all my environments condone abuse and cover for it. I'm not being heard. Places have been full 7 years, and people come stand by me wherever I'm at and talk.
Yeah, I can't be responsible for what you've gone through, but I
I'm
can
just
tell
you
you
can be
what you're
responsible
going
for
through.
telling me that you're full and not giving me any direction
I
on which
am
ways to
full.
flee.
Yeah. So I can give you a number. What happens is when you call this number, if we
I don't
have
understand
space
why I'm speaking to
available,
advocates and they won't give me any information on my rights, anything that I can do, no information, period, on protection orders. That even happens when I'm going to try to get an attorney and calling on my phone. They don't want me knowing anything. If you're a scammer, man, like what I think's been happening, that's criminal. If someone has hijacked my phone and controlling my network to have me speak to scammers to keep me in abuse 7 years, that's sadistic and criminal. Are you there, man?
I'm listening.
Okay, what's that number? Let me try check them out because everywhere I go wants me to talk to homeless shelters.
Okay.
getting assaulted, if your abusers enlist in the police department to assault and arrest you for reporting abuse and give you criminal trespass in 7 years, taking freedom and sending you to mental hospitals so they don't get felonies they racked up, made it impossible for me to get help at CPS and can't get their life straight for crimes to keep me away from my children. I'm a mama bear, and someone knows that, and that's why they're committing crimes to keep me away from my children.
No, that's not what we would do. We have a
Well,
if
it's
you're looking
curious that
for
I've called Nevada, Canada, all over the place, and they've all been full or couldn't help if the police department wasn't coming. I don't know why the police department is routinely interrupting me at all my providers enforcing crimes. That seems pretty peculiar that the police department has an interest in me reporting unusual calls for 7 years. To hijack
oh my
someone's
God.
phone and keep them from fleeing your abuse and torment and torture and keep them from services all over the place, including restaurants and stores, is sick and criminal. But let me go ahead and call this number, ma'am, and see what they have to say.
206-245-1026.
Okay, okay. And what was your name?
My name is Khadijah.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I don't. It's just weird that a domestic violence organization that women are fleeing for their life would tell you a party to call back in a month. And then when I got ran off the road and went to New Beginnings and had key footage, I recorded it. The police department and New Beginnings and Garland covered for it. So they denied me all services for a month. So I came to a domestic violence support group and was assaulted and arrested for trying to
Oh,
attend a support group. Yeah, and that's, when going through serious things like that and all your help, all of it is denied, even from family. They won't help, period, or even talk to me.
no, we would help if we had space. We
Well,
don't
yeah,
have space
I'm
right
not being
now.
heard, ma'am. I'm not being heard.
Yeah.
No one has transportation anymore on the planet, period. It all has changed. All no, all of them are full for 7 years. All of them. Churches won't help. You get drug out of them, body slammed on concrete like at Abba
Yeah, I've
on
been working
Westmoreland.
here for over 30 years, and you're absolutely right. So much
But
has
you are not
gone
giving
to
me
the.
any direction on what I can do to combat police corruption or what I can do steps to protect myself. Since you told me to call back Monday, and places tell me to call back in a month, and police coming on their own to assault and arrest and force me to leave.
I'm suggesting that if you wanted legal support, you could call back on Monday. That would be really great.
Yeah, that's
Legal
what they
advocate.
said at Trueworth. They said call
Yeah,
get
but
the
she's not
legal,
here
but
today.
they're denying me legal. I just don't understand why I'm deprived of shelter, information on protection orders, ma'am.
Yes.
I don't understand why I'm deprived of all information calling all over the United States on my phone.
I'm not sure why either. I'm really not sure
I
why
don't know
either.
why the
There's
FBI
so
won't
many.
get down to the bottom of it. But I was handcuffed
Yeah.
and violated by Joseph. Joseph, I don't know if his name was Basamic or Baronic, trying to get down to the bottom of why the FBI or no other law enforcement agency will investigate this madness.
Yeah.
No
Can I
human
put you on
being needs
hold
to
for one
endure
second?
abuse this extreme
I'm
to
gonna
where
have
the
to put you on
government is.
hold for one second because there's someone else here that I need
Okay,
to help.
ma'am, I'm just giving
So
you my
hold on.
story. Let me go ahead and call the other location.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Shelter community intake. Can I help you?
Yes, what are you a homeless shelter?
Yeah, we represent all the, we represent about 14 of the homeless shelters throughout King County. How can I help you?
Okay, may I have your name?
No, may I ask who's calling?
I'm sorry.
May I ask who's calling?
Oh, that's a red flag, ma'am. Are you doing
I'm
something
sorry.
wrong? I asked if I could have your name.
No, well, first of all, let's just figure out what you need here,
I don't
okay?
understand why my calls are
How,
unusual like this, ma'am. Are you hiding
how can
something?
I help you? Can I help you? No, I'm not hiding anything.
Well, that's odd if no one wants to give their names for 7 years, ma'am.
Okay. If you're interested in shelter, I'd be happy to answer questions for you.
Okay.
Um,
I'm fleeing a domestic violence situation,
uh-huh.
and for some reason, domestic violence organizations want me to live in homeless shelters and not flee abuse
Probably because they're filled, right?
all over the United States for 7 years.
Okay. Where are you currently located?
People ask that all the time. I want help here. I called. Did someone tell you something different?
No, no one told me anything different.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get to how you could help.
Yeah, could I respond, please? If you're not in specific areas, you might not qualify for our program. So that's why I always, one of our first questions we ask every single caller is, where are you calling from? What is your location? You don't have to give me your exact location by any stretch.
I'm there. I'm in that area. I'm fleeing abuse and my phone's monitored, so I don't want to give my exact location.
I just need to know, are you in Kent or Renton or Ewing or Seattle or?
I'm in your location, ma'am. I'm in your location.
Well, I have 14 locations, so I'm not sure that that's going to help. So where, I need to know where you are.
Okay, where are you? Where are you located?
We have 14 different
Okay,
locations.
can you give me some of them, and I'll let you know which one is closest? Because, like I said, my phone is being monitored.
Okay. Okay. Do you have children with you?
No.
Okay. So you aren't qualified for our program. All of our program is for families with children under the age of 18 only. Would you like some phone numbers for single women shelters?
No, I'm fleeing a domestic violence crisis. That's serious, ma'am. The government has made it impossible for me to flee it and have access to my children and corruption on blatant lies.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Have you called the domestic violence helpline?
I wanted actual direction from numbers in that location. Domestic violence hotline covers for crimes and hangs up in my face and is psychologically abusive.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, unfortunately, I don't have any other resources to offer to help you. So, there's nothing I can do for you either. I'm so sorry.
Maybe it's something the feds can do. If someone were involved in law enforcement, that's peculiar for 7 years for no one to be able to help. And you call and get psychological abuse and games and transfers and voicemails for 7 years.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sorry. You don't
suspicious.
qualify. It sounds like it's
They
a
said it was
registered
for women. She was mistaken. You have to have children.
I have to go now,
You have to
but
go. What's the name of your organization, ma'am?
yeah, King County Family Emergency Shelter.
Okay. Are you full?
Okay.
Are you
You take
full?
good care of yourself. I wish you the very, very best, and I hope things work out for you. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Yes, I'm fleeing a domestic violence situation and need help.
Okay. Have you called us before?
No,
Okay. Are you seeking shelter or counseling services?
all of it.
Okay. What's your last name?
Mayberry.
So before we can check for shelter space, we do have to do an intake screening. Are
Oh,
you somewhere where you can talk?
yeah. Okay. I'm just curious that shelters are now abusive. They won't check for space. They want you to go over your abuse and be tormented and psychological abuse and damage that's been done in your life for 7 years. Then they check for space. After you go over being terrorized and violated years, then that's when they check for space. For enforcing abuse. Okay, ma'am, let's see how this goes. Yeah, I've been bullied, gaslit.
So, did you want to move forward with the intake screening?
Yes.
Okay.
What was
What's
your
your
name?
first name?
What was your name?
Christina.
Christina. Okay, and your position?
Hotline advocate.
So, what do you do on the hotline?
We answer phone calls. We do intake screening. We check for shelter space. Provide resources.
Okay,
Do you want to move forward?
I do.
Okay. What is your first name?
Janelle.
Okay. And you said you've never called us before?
No,
Okay. And you are in a safe place to talk?
it's as safe as it'll get.
Okay. Do you have a safe callback number?
My abuser enlists the government to cut off my food supply. I've had assaults by the police department, stalking, crimes to keep me away from children, ran off roads, um, gang stalked, psychological
Okay.
abuse,
So when was the last incident?
thefts, identity theft from multiple different locations. It happens every day. I get stalked every day, and petty harassment every single day. And controlled. The police department monitors me, stalks me, and sets up all locations to deprive me of help, and enlists some in psychological abuse and schemes to keep me from services, hacks my devices, monitors them, and corruption. And then comes to interrupt me reporting their crimes to my provider.
Okay. And what is the abuser's relationship?
Someone I met online.
Okay. So is it a
It was
boyfriend or is
it
it
was
just a
something
friend?
like that. Yes,
Okay. Did you meet them in person though, correct?
I did.
Okay. And what was the length of the relationship?
Like the dating was like 7 months, but interaction probably like a year and a half.
Okay. And did you ever have to seek any kind of medical treatment for any injuries?
No,
Okay. And the zip code that you're calling from?
it happens all over everywhere I go. Tyler, um, Texarkana, um, Fort Worth, Garland, Plano, Dangerfield, all over, multiple different locations.
Okay.
Carrollton,
Where are you
Addison.
residing?
I'm sorry,
Where are you residing now?
I'm homeless.
Okay. When was the last face-to-face interaction you had with the abuser?
It's been a long time. He enlists people for stalkings. I saw him
Okay.
stalking me one time in Itasca, and now he enlists people to gang stalk me. So he's not
Okay.
held accountable for his actions.
Are you seeking shelter for just yourself or did you have children?
Just myself.
Okay. And do you have any handicaps or special accommodations that we would need to know about?
I need knee replacements. So if there's top bunks, I would have difficulty getting on the top bunk.
Okay. Have you been to a shelter before?
Um, one under a alias.
In Dallas?
Yes,
What shelter was that?
Salvation Army. Now all of the environments are controlled, and I'm denied all help from domestic violence locations or anywhere else on the planet. The police
Okay.
department just comes to interrupt or enlist people to say they're full for 7+ years.
Okay. Do you have any pets that are needing shelter?
No.
No. Okay. Hold on just a second for me, okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So right now we are at full capacity on our single spaces. Um, we don't have a lot of movement on the weekends. We generally have to have some spaces open up during the week. If
What?
you want to try to give us a call back early next week.
You don't do safety plans? It says on your page you do safety plans and all kind of other things that you're not offering.
Well, I'm not done giving you like our whole.
Well, my name is Kiana Clark, and when I stayed there briefly under an alias, the car sped up like he was going to hit me, and the shelter staff and the police department covered for it and sent me to the Bridge Homeless Shelter, where they denied me services, forcing me to sleep outside, getting violated.
Okay, so what I can do is I can
Ma'am,
give you
you are
the
not
number.
concerned. You're not concerned that a car sped up like it would hit me, and staff covered for it in the police department for a woman fleeing abuse on your camera footage when I was crossing the street. That doesn't concern you. That misconduct. You're
I'm not.
disregarding that misconduct.
I'm not. It's just I wasn't here when that happened. I'm
I
sorry that
think that
happened.
maybe that's
I
why you're
can't.
full. Maybe that misconduct is why you've been full 7 years plus, as well as our organizations. Maybe that's why you're full, and you changed your procedure and stopped giving women vouchers for hotel stays and just left them in abuse 7 years. Maybe that's
Okay.
why it changed.
Okay,
Maybe
like
that's
I
why
said,
you've been full all this time, as well as
like I
everywhere else
said,
I've
we are
called.
full on our single spaces.
I'm
What
not
I
being
can do
heard, ma'am.
is I can
You've
advise
already
you
said that you were full. What about the other services you're supposed to offer?
if you would let me finish explaining that to you. So since our shelter is full, what we can do is I can give you the number to our outreach counseling services.
No, it says that you're supposed to do it on the emergency crisis hotline, but you guys refuse to follow protocol. Why is that?
So I can give you that number and you can set up the services for
Okay, let me
counseling.
make sure I understand. My choice is, let me make sure I understand. My choice is to call Monday to do the outreach because you are refusing, period, to do what your website says you do on the emergency crisis hotline. So the choices you're giving me is to hang up right now and call Monday. That's the only choice that I have because you're not going to follow protocol, period.
You're not letting me speak.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can't. Okay, so again, that's one option we have is to do our outreach counseling services.
Okay.
Another option is to call back to see if our space has changed. And then another option we can do is we can give you some numbers to some other domestic violence shelters in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that you can try calling to see if there's space.
Oh.
And then as far as the safety planning, since you haven't had like physical contact with the abuser, we would normally say to avoid areas that he frequents, that you could possibly have interaction with. It seems like everything is being done maybe online or via phone, so we would encourage you to block his number.
I'm not being heard, ma'am. I said that I get stalked, gang stalked every day. And then there's a conspiracy to violate my rights, keeping me from services 7+ years. All locations I've called. I'm not being heard, ma'am. Your appropriate isn't appropriate.
If you are being harassed and stalked, that's something that law enforcement would need to handle. We can't. That's out of
I'm not being heard, ma'am. You're a domestic violence organization that help women flee, and you're covering for it. I'm asking you to follow protocol, ma'am. I'm not being heard. I'm not being heard. You on your crisis hotline, it says you set up safety plans, give advocacy, and you guys have denied that all these years. And then you were not, you're being rude. And when I tried to report it to you that a car sped up like he was going to hit me on your camera footage and the location covered for it. And the police department.
Okay, well, again, what I can do is I can give you some numbers to some other domestic violence.
What can you do there at the family place, ma'am? I'm not being heard. Because for 7 years, everywhere wants to give me numbers to all other locations that did not help too.
We can't accept it for emergency shelter because we don't have space.
I'm not. Yes, but it says. Let me tell you what it says on your hotline. Well, hold on, because you didn't do a safety plan. You didn't give me information on my rights. Hold on, let me go to the website and I can let you.
Information on your rights. We are not doing anything in regards to violating your rights.
I'm not being heard. The domestic violence organization gives women fleeing for their life information on how they can be safe that day and not make them wait years to never get services. And then disregarding them and giving them other numbers that's going to went to deny services 7+ years. It's not fruitful to keep on getting these numbers because all they do is deny services like you do. I'm trying to get down to the bottom of why each organization I call always wants to give me another number instead of giving me the services they offer for 7 years.
Okay, well, do you want the numbers or not? Because I'm going to have to end the call if you're not going to want to give me, if you're not going to accept.
That's what I said earlier, ma'am. You were mistaken. I said that my choices were to take these numbers and then be done with it. That is my only choice, to take these numbers because you're not going to provide the services the website says the emergency crisis hotline offers. We could have had this conversation could have been ended a long time ago if you would have been honest about your intention. The only choice you're giving me is to call somewhere else or call another time.
Are you ready?
Okay, my choices are to take these numbers and get denied services there, or you hang up. Okay, what's the number, ma'am?
The number to Genesis is 214-946-4357. And then you can also try Mosaic Family Services. Their phone number is 214-823-4434.
Okay, you're giving me numbers to bought off and controlled places. Can I have numbers out in the outskirts of Dallas?
Sure. You can try calling Friends of the Family.
Where is that located? Okay.
That's in Denton County. Their phone number is 800-572-4031.
Okay. But you're refusing to give me the services for the emergency crisis hotline. The only thing that you're willing to do is tell me to call somewhere else.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, maybe the feds can figure this out, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yes, I'm trying to flee a domestic violence crisis that has been impossible. The government has made it impossible for me to flee, committing crimes in the background and even in person, coming to interrupt me, getting services at an army full of locations or behind the scenes. Everywhere I've called for all these years has been full and lying about services, covering for crimes all over the United States.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Are you looking for shelter?
I'm looking for all the services that you offer advocacy and help to flee abuse. What was your name?
My name's Alan. Alan Junior.
Okay.
Are you looking for shelter, or are you looking primarily for advocacy?
All of it.
Full question, but sure that supposed to be before. Can I get your name?
It's Kiana Clark.
Just confirm that's Kiana.
It's KEYANA.
Your date of birth.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Are you limited in terms of going up and down stairs or getting on like a top bunk?
I have to do what I have to do, so I have to take the space that you have available.
Sure, I'm just trying to accommodate best I can. Do you have any limitations there?
I I don't want to discuss that now. I wanted to get down. Can we discuss that later? I'm homeless. I don't have a city I'm living in, but I'm close to
Are you
Denton.
in the situation you're in?
Yes, I met this man online that's powerful. He was telling me what I was doing at home, and I had a break-in. I had car windows busted out. A mysterious break-in where I live. Car windows busted out. Blatant lies all over the place by an army full of people to sabotage my life. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know that someone would be able to abuse this much power. So I reported all those things to the police department, stalking and all kind of. Someone would come in my house. I had to make sure my door was locked because strangers would come in. People that I barely knew would just walk off in the house. So I had to lock the door. And I reported all this unusual things to the police department, but they covered for it and lost all the reports and arrested me in malice for trying to report abuse that I experienced. So it started out with stalking, voyeurism, because some kind of way he was telling me what was going on, where I lived. Then it escalated to gang stalking, police stalking, 21 false arrests, conspiracy to violate rights crimes, being body slammed on concrete and drug out of a church, and other schemes from other churches all conspire and deny me services enforced by the government. Schemes to keep me from food at restaurants, hotel stays, grocery stores, crimes with my children, crimes at CPS, with trying to get legal representation in all locations I go to flee. All of them. All of them have been full for 7 years. And scams to do, um, not reveal, give me information. They don't want me knowing anything. So all these places I call on my phone withhold information.
What police department was that primarily with?
It's all of them. Dallas, Garland, Grand Prairie has taken my freedom. Dangerfield, Tyler, Texarkana. I was at a domestic violence organization in Texarkana. They denied me assistance. They have accompaniment when you are making police reports. They denied me that. So I went on my own reporting in Texarkana and they put my stuff outside in the box in Malice while I was gone and would not tell me why they did it. So I used the alias. I started using aliases. So I used the alias to get in Salvation Army and lied about everything. And there was a police helicopter looking for someone. It was terrifying. And I called Internal Affairs to ask who that helicopter was looking for, and they never got back with me or explained what was going on while they had a police helicopter shining the light on the ground looking for someone. That was October of 2018. So I used another alias to get in the location that was in Texarkana, and that's when they put my stuff outside in the box when I was gone reporting my abuser and denied me entry. What organization is this? Okay.
Have you worked with us before? Because your name didn't come up. I was wondering
No.
if there was an alien
No.
the contact center. So I do have some availability. I have to read this thing to you really quick. Just a little bit of information about what we have going on. So our shelter is a safe location, meaning that all location services on all devices will be turned off before you arrive. Zero tolerance policy for alcohol, substances, and services may be terminated for paraphernalia on property or being under the influence on property. The shelter is a communal living space, so that means the bedrooms, staff rooms, and common areas are all shared. Everyone's required to pick up after themselves. We ask that you bring no more than 10 days worth of clothes due to limited storage space. We ask that you bring no weapons of any kind. A safe location for you to be dropped off at is the UNT.
Okay. I record my phone calls. Okay, so I didn't record with a safe place. Okay, so how do I get there?
So you'll need to go to UNTPD, which is at
Okay, so you have no ability to get or any direction on how to get a ride.
uh, the only thing I have is this organization called Families to Freedom that provides transport for people that are going to a shelter. I'm not positive if they work on the weekends though, so I would give them a call and see if they're available.
Okay, what's that number?
They're at 833-903-7233.
Okay, well I'll call them and yes, I'll go ahead and do what I have to do to get it to that location, that safe location.
Okay. But like I said, I can hold the bed until I'll do it until noon tomorrow.
Okay.
So that's a little over 24 hours. If there's anything like holding you up or anything like that, just let us know. Keep us in the loop and we can try and get the appointment with you.
Okay, well thank you. What was your name again?
My name's Alan.
Okay, and I do record my phone calls, Alan. Thank you.
Absolutely. Best of luck getting there, and hopefully we'll see you today or tomorrow.
Yes. Okay, thank you. It's going to be controlled. All of my environments are controlled, but it's worth a try because I'm blacklisted from food here. Okay, I'm recording this. This is someone that I just met, and we're supposed to go somewhere at 9:30, and I was ghosted. I'm recording this just because this is a pattern of control relationships that people that do this. More talking. So church leaders would do this, friends, family. It's new for just an army full of people to just ignore you. I tried to get in programs and groups, and then they did that in groups, all kind of different groups, narcissistic groups, different things like that online. The same pattern.
The Mercantile Center Station.
Okay.
And from there,
zones also don't work the weekends. Let me see. 1 second.
Ma'am, I'm
Alliance
confused, ma'am,
is
with getting directions because you're giving me directions for something that don't run. So I don't know how that would benefit me. Can you tell me what is running and what I can catch?
so you can I mean the closest that we can get you would be the Mercantile Center station.
Where's that
Would be
located?
the closest. And that would be from the central station.
What
You can
city is
take
that,
the
ma'am? I don't know anything about
that'll be
Mercantile.
no, that's in Fort Worth. That's in Fort Worth. It's not going to be the north side of Fort Worth. So it would be you catching the number 12 from the Fort Worth Central Station, and then from there you can catch you would get off of Jones and Fourth and take the number 11, and the 11 will take you all the way to the Mercantile Center Station because you'll continue on the same vehicle because it changes over to the 16, and it will then take you there to the Mercantile Center Station. And that'll be the closest that we can get to you from there, and then you'll have to Uber and Lyft from there.
So is the Mercantile station in Fort Worth?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Do you help with transit with Dart, or do I have to call Dart separately? Because I thought there was a train that went straight to Denton.
No, there's not. Let me give me 1 second, okay? Hold on.
Okay. The reason why I'm recording is because these lines are controlled too. They give me wrong directions. It's 11:40.
So I apologize for all that. Okay. So what you would do is take the TRE
Okay.
to Victory Station. From there, you would get on the green line heading north to Carrollton and Frankfort, and then from there you would get on the A train, and the A train takes you to Denton. Now for the A train, we're not sure if it runs today or not because that's out of our district. But the phone number for the A train, I could give you that number if you like.
Okay. I thought I saw a Dart bus that went to Denton.
No, it gets you to the green line, and then from there you get on the A
Oh, that's what I
train.
meant. I thought that a Dart bus. I saw a Dart bus that had Denton on it.
Yeah, and that would be the one. That would be the one that you would have to contact to see if they run today.
I don't understand, ma'am. I thought I saw a green line bus that went to Denton.
It just goes to North Carrollton and Frankfort, and
I
then
could have
from there
sworn I
you get
saw
on the
one that
A
had Denton
train.
on it. Okay. Well, never mind, ma'am. So I take the A
Oh,
train. What's an A train?
the A train is to get to Denton.
Is it public transportation? Do you pay for it? What is it?
Yeah, that's the Denton transportation,
Oh,
and I could give you their number.
okay.
And okay, so their number is 940-243-0077.
Okay, and that's 940-243-0077.
Correct, and that's for the A train.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah, customer services. Barbara, how may I help you?
Yes, I was told to. I'm trying to get to, and I was told that I needed to take the green line. I'm currently in Fort Worth. I was told that I needed to take the green line, go to Dallas, and take the green line to Carrollton, to
Yes, ma'am.
and then catch the I guess A train.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
From
where are you
Trinity
at
Mill Station.
to catch the A train?
Okay, so the green line will drop you off at Trinity Mill Station. You get off and go across the tracks to the A train.
Okay, Trinity Mills.
Trinity Mill Station, yes, ma'am.
Okay, where's that located?
In North Carrollton.
Okay, okay, and I'm sorry. You said do what to catch the A train?
Yeah, the A train. Yeah,
You
at
do
North
what to
Carrollton.
catch the A train from the Trinity Mills station?
Yes, ma'am. Going north.
Okay, when I get to the Trinity Mills station, then
Yes,
where
ma'am.
do I go to catch the A train?
It's across the tracks from where the green line sits.
Okay. So I just cross the track and then it'll turn into the A train.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. Thank you.